Jesus was still God. God in heaven. God in the earth. God beneath the earth. God when he was alive, and God when he was dead. Because even in his death, he was still God. Because the Bible said that when they crucified him and this breath left his body, the Bible said he went to hell and preached the gospel while he was dead. Brothers and my sisters, even when your situation is dead, you have to learn to still preach. He went down to him, and not only that, he went down to him, but he went directly to Satan and said, Satan, you didn't know what you were doing, because in order for me to demonstrate God on the earth, I must die. So thank you for the favor, for killing me right now in my dead state. I'm taking from you the key of death, hell, and the grave. Sometimes as men, you have to overcome your situation. It may look like our hell was going to break loose, but let hell come, because when you stand with your integrity, with your dignity, with your vitality, with your tranquility, and say, oh God, I will stand, and no weapon formed against you shall be able to prosper. It was still God. They beat him, but it was still God. They bruised him, but it was still God. They stripped him naked, talked bad about it, but it was still God. They spit in his face, but it was still God. They ripped his clothes off, but it was still God. The Bible said that he was wounded for my transgression. He was bruised for my iniquity. The chastisement of my peace was upon him, and with his stripes I am healed. So when they whipped him, it wasn't for him, it was for me, because the Bible said he was still God. If he weren't God, he could have called 10,000 angels, destroy the world, and set himself free. But he take the beating, he take the spit upon, just for you and just for me. Man in the house, you have to learn not to be like Naaman, but you have to learn to be like God. Take some things, take what you have to take, go to what you have to go to. Let them talk about you, let them call it phonetics, let them call it stupid, but you know you're still a man of God. Who am I preaching to? I'm still a man of God. Crucify me, I'm still a man of God. Make some mistake along the way, but according to God, I haven't lost who I am in his eyes. I wish I had some men in the house who know that God said, look at Jesus, who was God and man, who took off his royalty and decided to roll himself up in flesh. Because if God should come to us in his glory that is equal with God, we would wonder of his glory. We wouldn't accept him. But when it comes to man, man did not recognize him because he come in a man's form. What he did was he wrapped himself in flesh. He wrapped himself in something that will feel pain. God. He wrapped himself in something that will have emotions. He wrapped himself in something that man can touch. He wrapped himself so he can be talked about. He wrapped himself so they can criticize him. He wrapped himself so they can beat him. He wrapped himself in dirt so they can step on him. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God who wrapped himself. Not for himself, no, but for a sinner like me. Look at God who take on the form of flesh, not to please him, because he was never in trouble, but he took on the form of flesh to do one thing. Here's the revelation. We are flesh. And we take on spirit so we can live. Yeah. But he